There is disorder on a grand scale spanning across an entire nation. Could this, in fact, spread as a contagion factor to the entire region? We'll find out, because gold is very important to these people, and we'll see exactly what's going on, because this is something that I've never seen before. So let's find out as we explore. You know, gold is a metal that certainly is known for its being really stable. It's a stable metal, but nonetheless, the market itself around it can be a little bit chaotic at times. But this is a case of extreme chaos here we're talking about in terms of gold. And we're talking about the gold market in Pakistan. And this news has just broken. There's a Pakistani gold market is in chaos, according to Markets GEO TV News. Under the watch of the authorities, Pakistan's gold market, which is largely viewed as an unregulated, untaxed sector of the economy, is now witnessing massive turmoil, with traders not only stopping issuing interest rates, but also saying activity is hampered by a lack of buyers and a lack of buyers with a capital B. What does that mean? Availability of cash to run daily operations. The bullion market has recently fallen under the radar as authorities continue to crack down on smuggling and tax evasion. Yeah, that's a pretty big deal there in Pakistan, and could that spread out to some of the other nations in the area? Because gold is very important to those in the East, and Pakistan is definitely no different. The measure was triggered when the rupee witnessed a massive decline in open market trades, prompting gold traders to start selling the precious metal near a record high. At the end of August, the interim government then also formed a task force consisting of law enforcement and intelligence agencies to take decisive action against the gold mafia and smuggling of precious metals. And we know that Pakistan's neighbor, India, is famous for stories of people smuggling gold, to avoid import and customs fees, which are quite punitive, by the way. And so when they do so, they usually smuggle it up their butt, up their rectum. I've done numerous stories on those particular, sensationalized headlines and talked about that. Nonetheless, the crackdown and some administrative measures in the currency market also caused the rupee to appreciate significantly, leading the rupee to become the world's best performing currency during September 2023. Think about that for a moment. So you have a lot of interesting problems going on there, but now the currency is now considered the best performing currency of the world in the month of September. While closely following developments, traders and owners of gold companies are now complaining about the lack of activity. 3 out of every 4 people who enter my store in one day come here to sell, said Mohammed Kuram, who owns a jewelry shop in one of the busiest markets on Tariq Road in Karachi. I can't even buy jewelry because I don't have any cash. There is no money in the market either. 2 other jewelers, business registrar, we are also contacted and said the majority of customers were not looking to buy. The market is almost at a standstill as people who have seen gold rise up do not want to sell below a certain amount. Buyers, on the other hand, are postponing buying, according to a trader requesting anonymity, because they expect a further decline in the price of gold in Pakistan. So that is sending it into chaos there. The currency is doing so well, and believe it or not, the people are looking more towards cash rather than gold at this point. That's pretty remarkable and amazing when you think about it from that perspective. Another trader, Abdul Karim, said businesses have been declining for several months as hyperinflation squeezed buyers' pockets, while rising costs force many of them to sell their gold holdings. So that is interesting. Hyperinflation is has had an effect there, but with a rebound in the currency, this is pretty remarkable. Horon Chand, president of All Pakistan Sarafi Gems and Jewelry Association, said the gold market is suffering amid declining sales. People are selling small items because they have already sold the larger ones. They tell us that they are selling these products to pay school fees or medical bills, shifting the conversation away from the crackdown of traders. So it's not that the economy is doing well there. The currency may be doing well as a pickup here because of the velocity of money, people selling their gold to pay school fees or medical bills. That's the irony of it. And with with the regulation and kind of the way the market is there, it's sending the gold market into chaos. Could that happen in other areas in the region, especially where gold is so important? It very well could. And it could even spread to around here with both gold and silver. You just don't know. It's pretty interesting. The article continues here that gold prices in the bullion market have not been released since September the 13th. So literally for almost a full month, there have not been any gold prices in the bullion market there as the government looks to regulate and to try to simplify the market. So they're looking to sell based off of a spot price that they're either guessing or going off what it was on September the 13th. Well, as you know now, gold price is down fairly substantially. So therein lies another problem. People are panic selling because they don't want it to fall anymore. But it's continuing to fall. It's crazy. Chand has praised the government for its crackdown in Peshawar and Quetta. Another trader who requested anonymity said gold prices are currently set at the individual level and do not track the official link price. So there literally is a disconnect between the official market and the price of gold, the official price of gold. But I tell you what, the official price of gold and what it is in the market, the individual price and the official price, someone's going to find out. They're going to track it, and they're going to know the gold's worth is going to be what it is. And pretty fascinating to see this type of activity and kind of chaos occurring. But what happens is, well, people get in a tough place, and they must sell the gold that they've had for emergencies. This is a case where it's an emergency, so it's playing out. But a lot of people are selling at the same time. And that's what's causing the disconnect, and that's what's causing the issue and problem here. So it's a pretty remarkable and interesting, fascinating story that very well could see itself play out like this in other nations. Pretty amazing. So anyways, it says even if you get the rates, you may not get the gold bar. The rates are only used to measure other items associated with gold. So that's the bottom line there from this piece. But what an amazing thing here that's going on. And people are entering not to buy, but to sell, according to some store owners. And so it's pretty amazing to see what's happening here in the Pakistani market. And, Pakistan is one of those nations in the East that certainly does value gold. And we're seeing kind of the unregulated market and the gold mafia working out and smuggling of precious metals. So who knows how this is going to play out. Apparently they are trying to reset everything there, the gold market, in the interim government that's in control right now. So we'll see how it plays out. But nonetheless, this is something that is fascinating to see and very well could be a sign of what's to come in the East in general, but also around the world. As you see, many, many countries around the world are having massive problems, big economic issues that very well could spread to other nations or, in effect, be happening in other nations to a lesser degree or even to a more severe degree. It's just that with Pakistan, it's playing itself out in the gold market. But what about other nations? How is it happening there? What kind of regulations are in place to help control some of this? I don't know. It'd be very interesting to find out. But nonetheless, no matter what, gold, its price, and its haggling over the price is something that has sent it into sort of a chaotic situation here. And we'll see how it has. And but very interesting indeed to see how this is going to play out from here. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below. Are you worried that this could spread, or do you think this is just an isolated incident because of the lack of regulations there? I think there's a lot of different factors that are coming into play here, but I think there's enough of them, one or two of them at least, that very well could mean that the economy is in trouble in more ways than one, not just there, but in other nations nearby, and really, in fact, around the whole world. So there you go. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below. I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to all of you for taking the time to watch, and to encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.